So when you get it, do you get it? That you have this vibrational relationship that equals your mood. And if you will make this vibrational relationship your primary concern, if you will make it what you care about, if you will stop saying world or universe or God or Abraham or mother or lover or employer or employee or friend, if you will stop saying, give me something that makes me feel good so that I can feel good because I want to feel good, and after all you sort of owe it to me to give me something to make me feel good because I want to feel good. If you'll stop saying that, meaning that, feeling that, and instead you'll say, it is my responsibility to conjure a framework of thoughts that causes me to feel a little better now and a little better now and a little better now. If you will show yourself your ability to manifest the emotion without demanding a condition to change first, now you've got it. Because once you achieve the vibrational stability of feeling good anyway, the condition has to change. So constant rockets of desire, constant vibrational emanation from you, going into what we are calling this vibrational reality, a vortex of creation. It's where your inner being stands. It's where your inner being stands as a constant improvement of that which you are. So this vortex of creation is where everything that you've been asking for, better stated, everything that you have become dwells. A vibrational creation, a vibrational beingness to which you are feeling constant feedback. When you're up to speed with it, you feel great. When you're not up to speed with it, you feel not so great to the degree that you're not up to speed with it. If what is has your undivided attention, then you are not a deliberate creator. You are a regurgitator. You are a knee-jerker, observer, a defaulter. You are a creator by default. You are someone who observes and has a knee-jerk response. And you are also like most of the human population on your planet, because that's what most are doing. But when you understand that you have another option, that you can choose an emotion that is apart from the current reality that you are living, now you have the ability to deliberately change the current reality, because the reality will shift in resonance to your vibrational attitude. We know it must be sort of hard to take when you're dealing with some of the stuff you're dealing with. We're just saying that once you get hold of this, and once you figure out that you can control the way you feel, because you have the ability to find a better feeling thought and a better feeling thought and a better feeling thought. But most important, if we can convince you that if you do the vortex work first, which means find the emotion, align with who you are, that the vortex will fix everything. The vortex will give you the manifestation. It will bring the evidence, because the vortex is gathering the cooperative components. And we just want to say to you, we love you very much. We just want to say to you, we love you very much. We just want to say to you, we love you very much. You are the only uncooperative component that needs to come to the party. And when you become a cooperative component, which means you find some way to adjust your vibration so that you're not so freakishly resistant. When you care about how you feel and you adjust your vibration, the vortex will take you in. It's the way that it works. You don't have to figure it all out. You're not here to prove worthiness to anyone about anything. You just have to chill out. You just have to let go of those things that have been bothering you. You just have to find a way to stop offering a vibration that holds you apart from this vortex. And when you let go, when you surrender, when you give up, when you stop the battle, when you stop the struggle, when you stop looking at the evidence that supports why you're standing in the place you don't want to stand, when you stop doing that and stop keeping it active, the vortex will take you in, and anything and everything that you've been looking for will manifest in your experience, and others will watch you in this beautiful manifestation that follows you on every subject in the world, and they'll say, what in the world have you got going on? How is it that you get everything you want with such ease? What happened to your struggle and your trying? And you say, I gave it up. So what do you want to talk about?
I've picked up a pattern recently around people. I don't know why. I used to be really outgoing and really out there, and something happened in the last 2 or 3 years, and I keep creating the same story. Great example, I just came back from a 3-month backpacking trip, and it was a great experience because I'd go to a different hostel and meet a completely different group of people, but I was creating the same events over and over again.
They were following you from place to place.
Exactly. And the worst part is now is that I know that I'm creating it, and I can't.
That's the best part.
I know it's the best.
Because if you know you're doing it, then you have control about it.
Yes.
So it's far better to know that you created it rather than some God who's mad at you.
Yeah, well, no, I know that I know it now, but now my work is working on it, and it's really difficult.
All right, so give us some specifics.
So I have this story that people's first impressions of me are that they don't like me, and I don't know why. I think they're off-put by me for some reason. And then when I leave the situation, I can kind of put myself in a better place, talk about how, great I can be and that I'm a great person. And then when I get thrown right back into a situation, it's like my energy's drained. And
here's something that's really interesting. And it's something that most people are unaware of. But you ought to be aware of it because we've talked about things like it for a long while. So we're just going to create this basis of understanding, and then everything's just going to click into place for you. Most of this you could speak clearly to us, but there's a missing piece for you that you're about to feel break loose. So we all know about law of attraction, and you get it, that wherever you've got your radio dial set, that's what's going to come back to you. So if you've got it in your head for whatever reason, probably from validation from other people, that they're not really receptive to you. As you notice that they're not, then they're not. And as they're not, you notice that they're not, and then they're not, and then you notice that they're not, and then they're not. So it's like you create the scenario, different places, different faces, but the same sort of experience keeps occurring. So law of attraction is the basis of all things. We've established that. And what you're feeling and what you're thinking is what you keep getting more of. And so you want to figure out how to break that cycle. So because law of attraction only gives you things that are in the vicinity of where you are, it's logical that once you've decided, as you spoke rather clearly, that people are sort of put off by you, then those are the people that you most have access to. So let's just say that people are running around and they're on all different vibrational wavelengths. And we're going to make a really powerful statement here that we've not made before, but it really is amplified by this conversation that we're having. Where you are vibrationally is so where you are, vibrationally, is so where you are, that your most satisfying communication is with other people that are right there where you are. So let's say that law of attraction could really mess up and that you could be in this high-flying, really good vibrational vortexual place, and you could end up at one of those hostels with someone who's really in a... Now, law of attraction can't give you that, but let's say it did. Or let's say that it's something even close to that. So you're here and they're here. What's happening is, at unconscious levels, they are doing everything in their power in their quest to communicate, to get you to come to where they are. Because there's no communication, there's no experience. And so, without meaning to, they would like you to be there, but it's happening even on unconscious levels. And if you're not really caring about how you feel, you'll go there easily. And when you go there, it's not their disapproval of you that you're feeling. It's your lack of resonance with who you really are that you're feeling. Did you get that? Oh. People have been saying things for a while like, well, they're just trying to bring you down to their level. Well, they are. So they see someone like you. You look as if your appearance is one, and we're not just talking about the beauty of who you are physically. We're talking about your vibrational appearance. You have knowledge. You have eagerness. You have a desire to fulfill your life experience. You are radiating we saw you back there from the moment that the gathering began, and we're just waiting for the resistance to be at its softest ebb before we bring you forward. In other words, you are unmistakable. You are radiating, and you are a pain in the whatever to people who aren't there, who want to be there. In other words, what bothers them about you is that you live what they want to live, and they don't know what to do about it. So they offer the vibration of where they are, and at unconscious levels really are wanting you to join them there. And because you're compliant with that, when you join them there, then it's your disconnection is too strong a word, but it's the putting the bushel over the light of who you are that makes you feel that discomfort. It's not their approval or disapproval that you have ever been seeking. It's your own alignment. So the question that we're hearing from you is, Abraham, how can I consistently, because you say you're often there and you are, how can I consistently feel all that I am and be all that I am? Because I want, and this is what you want. This is the question that we heard from you, regardless of the words that you spoke. I want to travel for 3 months with my backpack, and I want to be so tuned into Source that everywhere I rendezvous, I'm the one that brings them up.
Yeah.
I want to bring them up rather than them bring me down.
And be stable.
And the way you do it is first by understanding the way these laws work. Next by understanding that you have 2 vibrational vantage points, which you do. Next by understanding that the way you feel is your indicator of how you're doing. And next by just having enough exposure to enough people that eventually, and it happens frequently anyway, you feel yourself as the one who uplifted, rather than as someone who was diminished by someone else's more dominant vibration. Those are incorrect words, because there is not a more dominant vibration, there's a matching vibration. In other words, they couldn't bring you down if you didn't have a proclivity to go there. And the reason that you have a proclivity to go there is just out of habit of going there.
Yeah.
You've done that all your life. Everyone has. It's just never bothered you like it bothers you now, because you've tasted the sweetness of the other. In other words, your standards are now higher. You're not willing to go there. Oh, and then there's other stuff. They talk drivel. They talk about unimportant things. They're just going on and on about things that are so not important. In other words, there's so many more meaningful things that you could be talking about than the things that most people are talking about, because they're not knowing what you're knowing. So when you relax and acknowledge that they're all where they are, and it's perfect where they are, and they're living the life that they're living, and you are in complete rapturous adoration of whatever it is that they are living, because it's all contributing to what you're putting into your vortex, then it all gets soft, and you find yourself just loving them all, even if they're not loving you. And that's where freedom really breaks loose for you. Freedom of resistance, which is the only freedom that there ever is freedom from resistance. When you're able to love someone who isn't loving you, then they must come to your level if there is to be an interaction. Which means if you're steadily here, they can't show up at the same hostel with you, because one who's connected to this stream, one who's in this vibrational place, is more powerful than millions who are not, you see. So now, if you were just coming to the chair now and you were wanting to have this conversation, how would it sound now? I like being who I am, and often I am. And I want to be who I really am more often.
And I want to attract people that are on my same vibrational wave.
And how would I know the sweetness of being who I am if I never had a moment of not being who I am? How would I know? How could I discern? And so isn't it all good?
Yes, and I realize that. And
why do I want to attract people on my wavelength? We're going to answer it for you. Because it's evidence of my alignment, which is what I really want. Let's get that in the proper perspective, because some might say, I want to attract people on my wavelength because it feels better when it happens. But I want to attract people on my wavelength because I want to be on my wavelength. That's why. It's my wavelength that is the operative word here, not the attraction of others that confirm it and compound it and enhance it and affirm it. I want to be on my wavelength because nothing else is satisfactory to me. Nothing else is tolerable to me. I don't want to be in a moment out here on the leading edge without my inner being there. I want to be tuned into who I am so that when they show up at the party, they're tuned into who they are, because that's the party I want to go to.